In the year 2025, a commencement address led to threats at an HBCU here in my beloved state of Mississippi. And that occurrence is a grand example of continuity and change. I'll explain what I mean by that momentarily. But before I do, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I am your homeboy first, and this is the realest, most entertaining show in the game. Put it on something. Again, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share button. Put all your people on it. Follow me across all social media platforms. You see them coming across right there. They're down in the description as well. Feel free to join the channel, become a channel member. Okay? Hit that Cashapp, PayPal, however you want to contribute to my company. Because we will change the world. But let's get into this. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett did the commencement address for Tougaloo College's Spring 25 graduation. Now, if you don't know the Congresswoman, she's a Congresswoman from Texas, okay? Black woman, lawyer by trade, civil rights attorney, if I'm not mistaken, okay? And she has risen to national fame, given her outspokenness, her willingness to speak out against Trump, her willingness to speak out against or stand up to Trump's MAGA supporters in Congress, like the Marjorie Taylor Greens of the world. Just type in Jasmine Crockett, Marjorie Taylor Greene, or Jasmine Crockett B6, and you will be entertained by a expert dragon of a person. Okay. She's spoken at the Democratic National Convention. She goes viral probably at least once a month for something she's doing in Congress. Now, if you're a Mississippian, you know Congressman Benny Thompson, an OG of Congress. Been in there damn near my whole life. Shout out to the OG. Okay. Used to be my congressman before I bought a house a mile down the road from the apartment I used to live in. And because of gerrymandering, he's no longer my congressman. But at heart, he will always be my goddamn congressman. So shout out to Benny Thompson. But he is, Congressman Thompson, that is. Congressman Thompson is a Tougaloo man as well as a Jack State man. Okay. And him being a Tougaloo man, he invited Congresswoman Crockett, excuse me, to come speak at Tougaloo. And so she did. And it was a great speech. It was a great speech. She spoke to the moment of today, the current climate we're in with Trump and everything he's doing. She spoke to the past and the uniqueness of Tougaloo College. You got to remember now, Tougaloo is highly, or was highly involved in the civil rights movement. It was like a civil rights hub in this Jackson metro area. You feel me? She spoke to that. She mentioned King Medgar Evers and what happened to him. She mentioned Fannie Lou Hamer, Ann Moody. Like, she was dropping names. She cleared up some misperceptions about herself. You know, her detractors try to act like she that like she made up some hood character when really she's some privileged black woman who went to some of these elite schools and shit. But she like, yeah, I worked my ass. I had several jobs. My mama was working her ass off. And I was on scholarship. Fuck y'all talking about. She didn't say that. That's first saying that. You know what I'm talking about? See what they try to do. She confuses people, y'all. She confuses a lot of people. And that's another reason why I feel her and I felt the speech. Because I confuse people. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers be thinking like when you are from the hood or familiar with hood type of shit, and you may talk a certain way because of that, that speaks to that in their minds that you're not intelligent, that or you are not as intelligent as you say you are. You feel me? So it's like it's confusing, you know. But like I said, this woman is a civil rights attorney. You know what I'm talking about? I get that. I get that. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett will read a bitch. She will cuss your ass out. But she also knows how to fucking read the Constitution. She knows that Donald John Trump is violating the motherfucking Constitution. This woman is a lawyer. And so I feel that because that's how I am. I will cuss your motherfucking ass out. I will beat your ass if you try to fuck with me. But I also know how to fucking read and read daily. You know what I'm saying? And I love what she's doing because we need to show our kids that these kids be looking at some of these politicians like, man, that person's lame. They don't want to be lame. You want to be cool. They might want to fight for what's right, but they don't want to be viewed as some little nerd or stuff like that. You can do both. Now, I learned that through Malcolm X. Malcolm X was so charismatic and kept the motherfucking bass in his voice. You know what I'm saying? But you can tell he was a brilliant motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Same thing like with those Panthers. Go listen to Fred Hampton. Like, that shit inspires me. So it's like Congresswoman Crockett, not as an activist like Brother Malcolm and the Panthers were, but through her being a congresswoman, she's brought that shit to Congress. Okay? One of them MAGA motherfuckers get on her, she gonna get on their ass. She gonna get on their ass, Jack. Straight facts, too. And they don't like that. They don't like that. So the fact that that woman came to Tougaloo and spoke assertively to those students led to threats to the school. Okay? Just read a little bit of this report from the Clarion Ledger for you in regards to the threats. Okay, again, we're in the year 2025. And this is the kind of shit that's happening. Okay? It reads, Tougaloo College has contacted law enforcement after receiving threats regarding U.S. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett's recent commencement speech. Okay? Threats after a damn commencement speech. Here are some words from the president of the institution. Okay? And this says, Tougaloo President Dunzel Lee sent a letter to the Tougaloo community on Monday, May 5th, addressing concerning calls regarding Crockett's speech. Here's a quote. "We are not taking these occurrences lightly," the letter reads. "Appropriate actions have been taken. Contact has been made with law enforcement authorities to ensure that safety protocols are in place if needed." It goes on to say, although the letter does not specify these threats, the college president encouraged anyone who receives a call to report to Vice President Donovan Coley. Now, on May 7th, Congresswoman Crockett went on Twitter and she responded to these threats. She stated, "No low is too low for MAGA. Now explain to me why an institution would be receiving threats because of the commencement speech that I gave," Crockett wrote on Twitter. "This type of behavior is why I'm constantly having to be protected. And I understand that truth telling in this country, sadly, is a dangerous business. But college students don't deserve this. As a side note, you consistently prove me right. And just as this was the only campus that MLK could speak at in Mississippi in the 1960s, it's 2025 and this country is still stuck on hate. I'm proud to say Tougaloo is tough, and so am I." So, as I said, this event shows continuity and change. What you talking about first? I used to, as an old history teacher, I used to like to make my students identify continuity and change when it came to various events. Okay. Continuity is just what continued from the past. Change is, of course, what has changed, what's different. Okay. Let's start with change first. Let's look on the bright side. Let's be positive first. Okay? On the bright side, on the change side of things, as I said, this is a Black woman who is a congressperson from Texas. That has definitely changed from the Jim Crow era. Okay? Motherfuckers wouldn't let us even vote, let alone hold a seat like that from that state or anywhere else held down here in this South. Okay? So that's changed. But clearly, what has continued is that some people still don't like to see a Black person in that position. Yeah, you may hold that position legally. They can't keep you from that position anymore. There's still a lot of motherfuckers who say, "Fuck that! I don't like you. I don't like that." And how dare you speak against our dear leader Donald Trump? So they would threaten a damn college because of that. That's some bullshit. But that's what we are, people. Okay? So I want you to be hopeful. I want you to be encouraged by the fact that our ancestors raised enough hell in this bitch that a woman like that could be a motherfucking lawyer, can be outspoken, can talk her talk, and be a motherfucking congresswoman, a notable congresswoman, a star in the Democratic Party. That should make you hopeful, okay? But I don't want your goddamn ass to get comfortable either and think that she means that shit is sweet. Because motherfuckers are still around here threatening colleges because they didn't like what the fuck she said in her speech at the college. And this woman ain't even, she wasn't up there giving a speech like Brother Malcolm or no shit like that. There wasn't no shit like that. She wasn't up there talking like no Panthers. She just told the truth. But a lot of motherfuckers in this country don't like the truth. And they used to be telling the truth too. Don't get me wrong. I apologize. But it wasn't like she was up there trying to spark a revolution or no shit. She wasn't trying to tell these students to arm themselves and, you know, like Brother Malcolm and the Panthers were doing. That ain't what she was on. But she was letting them know that we are living in a moment right now that calls on them to do what their ancestors did. Them same people that went to Tougaloo, them same activists that were at Tougaloo. She was calling on them, those students, to be like those individuals. Because we are in a motherfucking moment that is historic. And this country can go either goddamn way. And it's right now, that bitch going left. It's going left right now. Hella left. Because old boy's acting a damn fool in this second term. You thought that first term was something? This second term shit, he just got loyalists up in that bitch now. So if we don't have people push back, in the same way that those kings and queens from them 50s and 60s and before did, God damn it. Ain't no telling what this country will be in a few years. So it's safe to say that I stand with Congresswoman Crockett. And of course, I stand with Tougaloo College. Man, all y'all real ones who graduated from Tougaloo, remember this shit. Remember it for the rest of your lives. Remember it. And help it propel you to be great. Because whoever made those motherfucking calls, that's the shit that they really don't like. That's the shit that they really don't like. So do your thing. Go be great. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. Take care of the community you come from. Take care of the community you choose to live in. And as Congresswoman Crockett said in her closing, put your boots on the ground, goddammit. We might have to march. We might have to goddamn go to these legislatures. We might have to go to Congress. We might have to use our voices online. You might have to at your motherfucking member of Congress. Whatever the fuck you got to do, put them goddamn boots on the ground. Because your ancestors fought, bled, and died for your opportunity to do so. Don't let their sacrifice go in vain. And fuck these haters. Your threats ain't stopping shit. Put it on something.